Start of a new week, and it starts in the Northern Free State, where we're at the Vaal, where we're racing on the classic track for our 8-race program, our first local meeting on this beautiful week. It is 12:30, the off time to that first of our 8 races. Don't forget, if you've got any reflections, and I'm sure there are many reflections from the week gone by, do ask the guys for their input. That is Daryl and Darren, and that is via our X handle or alternatively our WhatsApp number. Well, a warm welcome to you, and it's an opportunity to say a warm welcome. We're flying solo with Mr. Marie as we get into an 8-race program at the Vaal. Turpentine racing, that didn't disappoint. No features, but nice racing as well.
Yeah, interesting weekend, Cess. On all fronts, I believe you didn't have the best of weekends yourself.
No. It's but we will make it through. Huh?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I wish you a speedy recovery, and thanks for stepping in today, despite what you've been through.
As the big man eases his way back into the routine.
Yes. Interesting weekend. Let's hope we can start off on the right notes. I like the look of this card. I have a punt for the viewers out there.
Oh, lovely.
At a decent price.
Okay.
First leg of the bipods. I've played wide.
Yes.
Take note, it is a handicap.
Yes.
A maiden handicap, which makes it trickier. Now, at level weights, I'm sure Sakambai would have been most people's obvious choice. We went for him last time out. We were a bit stiff. 12-1 into 3-1. The gamble was nearly landed, but it didn't quite happen, says. But yeah, Chamu Babaya, he's got top weight to shoulder from a tricky draw. If he gets lucky in running, I can certainly see him winning. Then Ambitious Lady. Now take note, the rider is now Sabelo Supika.
Yes.
Now he's only had 3 rides over the last year, 1 this year. So he's not exactly coming to the track with a lot of confidence. But we can always see anything that joins the Tony Peter yard improve. So I don't think she represents any value at her current price. The 2 that I believe that, offer some value are number 4, Oklahoma Twister. Now there's one work rider who's riding with a lot of confidence. That's Tom Lukele. He'll give it a nice patient ride, and he'll be staying on number 4, Oklahoma Twister. And then number 6, Summer Shade. 53 to shoulder. Last time out wasn't the worst of efforts. Now we saw Apache Sun win from that form line. And the horse that ran just in front of it and just behind it both ran third in the next start. So I went 1, 3, 4, and 6. Value with the 4 and the 6.
Yes, and I believe that Apache Sun actually won a decent race that day. There was that 2-year-old who nearly got it, but didn't quite get it. So it's an outlay of 432 Rand. The first race is off at 12:30. That's the first of our exotics at the Vaal, the first of 8 on the classic track. Early part of the card, and maiden handicaps are the order of the day. The Work Riders was a maiden handicap. Now, first professional race 2. The first leg of the PA is also a maiden handicap. It is race 2, a take a bet, a winner number maiden handicap, and that's over the 1,200 meters. And just having a look at my betting guide now, as far as favoritism is concerned, once again, very short, 17 to 20. A poor 4th behind the Playboy Bomber, although the Playboy Bomber has come through and franked that form. And indirectly, Apache Sun did that as well at the Turpentine just Thursday gone. Right, race number 2, as again you've stressed, it is a maiden handicap with the first race. Race number 2 likewise. Do you give there's a chance, top weighted, another chance?
Absolutely. No doubt the horse to beat, but 0 value with his current odds.
Yes.
Odds on in a maiden handicap, not for me. For that reason alone, says I am looking to beat him. Strictly on form, he is the horse to beat because he holds his 2 biggest rivals. Excuse me, so on the Al Bayreg run, you can see he holds Remains of the Day.
Yes.
And he holds Sovereign's Call, but there is a swing in the weights in both of their favors. Sovereign's Call, I watched his later starts. He was unfortunate. He didn't get a clean break.
Yes.
And he was on the back foot on the inside track. That is a better run than what it appears on paper. Yeah. And he's 4 kilograms better off, if I'm not mistaken, with the favorite. He's got a 1 draw to boot. So if he doesn't reverse the form, he'll go much closer to finishing alongside There's the Light this time round. So I'm actually going to be leaning towards him at the current price. And then number 2, Remains of the Day. He could certainly have improved since being gelded. And he's also got a slight turnaround in the weight. So number 1, There's a Light. The horse to beat probably will appreciate coming back in trip. But healthy respect for number 2, and 3. I'm leaning towards number 3 just because of the 4 kg pull.
I see you've got a couple of bankers in your place accumulator there, Mr. Marie. You've got the banker 4 in leg 3 and banker 2 in leg number 5. Would you be race 6? That's good. Okay, so that is the PA courtesy of Mr. Marie. 216 Rand the outlay. All right, so this is the Tuesday racing coming through from the classic track of the Vaal. Don't forget, you can get in touch with us via our X handle or alternatively our WhatsApp number. You might just be fortunate enough to catch the guys on a good day, and they could lay you into a double for that with day or for the week. Now, as far as race C, another maiden handicap. This time we've lost a couple of runners. The recent runner number 2, Strewn Sky. Also recently on the track was the 10 Chieftain Shield. Was Carter to be on the track and was scratching. So let's have a look at the current betting for race number 3. This is a bit more open, but In a Blue Moon is the favorite at 5-2, back amongst the professional ranks, having taken part in 2 work riders back to back. It's amongst the professional ranks. Stable is firing on all cylinders and should get it right sooner rather than later. The 5 Incredible Lendrani, that's the second favorite. Dennis Schwarz back aboard, and that is at 7-2. And beyond that, Mr. Marie, we're looking at 8-1 about the 9 Perform. Unreliable, but can do it. And that's it.
Yes, I just want to give the viewers the form update with regards to number 4, Master TikTok.
Yes.
He ran 3rd, beaten 2 lengths behind Battle of Barberton over the weekend. Now, take note, the blinkers were removed on Saturday.
Okay.
I see they're yet to be removed for Tuesday or tomorrow. This has been pre-recorded. I'm sure they will come off because that was an improved effort.
And that was at odds of about 20-1, I see.
Yes, now if you go back in his form line, it says no place like home. He actually finished in front of In a Blue Moon, and he's a kilogram better off. So I've got respect for Master TikTok. In a Blue Moon, he's the obvious form horse in the race. He's going to run another bold showing on his behalf. I respect him, but it is a handicap. Makes things a little bit more tougher. Have a look at number 8. Now, Global Reef was rested and gulled 2 runs back. He finished behind In a Blue Moon on the Master Ariana run.
Yes.
But he was in need of that start, and now he's 4 kilograms better off, and he's having his peak run. Last time out, a little bit close to the pace, in my opinion. A more patient ride from Chase could possibly see him reverse the form with In a Blue Moon. So I think the value in the race, carrying 55 kilograms, peak run, Global Reef, number 8.
All right, Global Reef from the Stanger stable. That's in the colors of Mr. Dernraid and S. Gaskell. So Global Reef for Diane Stanger could be the value in the race at around 11-1 Global Reef. I'm just having a look at the latest odds. That is the 8, and that is showing the 10-1. So value is certainly still there, about the 3. All right, so we get out of the maiden handicaps into a handicap proper. This is a merit rated 68. It's over the 1,800 meters. We should be off with that first leg of the first jackpot at 20 past 4. 14-20, and it's a 3 Kaiki Boss at 5-1. Now, it was co-favorites overnight, and that is still the case. So 4 Viva de Janeiro and the 5 Ideal Future, all at 5-1. It was 3, 4, and 5. 6-1, number 2 is Master's Voice. 7-1, number 9. Guy Alexander, 15-2, and better bar those. Well, the 9 was Guy Alexander. The last couple of times when it's run these big places at big odds, Mr. Corey Lensley has tipped it to 1 or 2 of us to have a few place bets, and we've ignored him. Do you think it's anywhere near winning?
I wouldn't be surprised, but the way the race panned out for Viva de Janeiro was all wrong, says. Last time out, this was proposed to be held up. Gavin tried to place him, and he found himself too handy. Now, Gavin gets a great tune out of the Son of Oratorio. I think from a neat draw, he's just going to come out softly, and he will reverse the form with Guy Alexander. That's my opinion. I think he's much better ridden cold, and I'm willing to put a line through his last starts. So I was happy enough to banker him in my place accumulator. In the bar pot, you saw I added 2 other horses, and that applies to the pick 6 and the jackpots too, namely number 6, 5th of July. Now, if you have a look at the comment in the front of the computer form, the trainer David Nivenhuizen says he will need the run. But I'm of the opinion this horse races his best fresh after layoffs. Now, obviously the trainer knows more than me, but he has had his problems in the past. Let's see how he goes down to the start. I think if he races fresh and he's feeling well on the day, don't be surprised. The upsets in the possible upsets of the race, I'm looking towards number 11, Coromandel. Now, I know he is getting on with it, but SK reunites with the son of Silvano, and he's having his peak run off the arrest, and I prefer him when he's much closer to the pace. So I'm hoping Samanga can bounce him, get him handy, if not in front, and we can see a much improved performance from the 11 Coromandel. But I think another bold showing from number 4, Viva de Janeiro, can be expected.
Okay, so it is 4, 6, and 11. Don't be put off by that lengthy rest. In the words of Daryl, yes, the trainer says they might need it, but could be the right one in a race number 4. That is the first leg of the first jackpot. And so we carry on into the second half of an 8-race program, race 5, which also sees the start of the second jackpot. It is a mare traded 66 for fillies and mares, and it's over the mile, which already tells you that it is one of those races that can produce a result. But wouldn't be winning out of turn the 2 secret recipe. Everything seems to be in its favor. Once again, a good draw. Muzi aboard after a very good run behind Kusa Azul last time at 5-2. Number 8, Counter Chances also in that race, 7-2, 9-2 the 3. Sparkling Jubilee off a bit of a rest, along with the 7 Kitty Boys Girl, also at 9-2, 7-1, and Better Bar those quoted runners. So race number 5. Now, I think this is where I'm just trying to second guess you here, where you start coming out with those. Those, I won't even say the word. I haven't found a word for them yet.
I think I've got one over here, but let's touch on the favorite secret recipe.
Yes.
Now, I thought Muzi rode an absolute pearl of a ride last time out. He did everything right. He was only beaten by a masterful ride by Striker. Yeah, she's run over the course and distance 3 times, hit the crossbar twice, so she's fit. She's off the right mark. She's got a great draw. A lot is in her favor. If you like her chances, have a look at Count Your Chances, number 8. Not much separating the two of them. She's back on the classic track. Her penultimate start when she was victorious was on this track. Chase knows her extremely well. She'll be doing her best work late. But I had a look at the replay of number 6, Have a Party's last start on the inside track. She was caught behind runners the entire length of the straight, and she only got out very, very late. When she saw daylight, she was doing her best work late. I think of her 57, she has to be taken very seriously, and I'm going to be leaning towards number 6, Have a Party, as the likely winner.
Have a Party, and that is currently showing at 7-1, and we knew we would find one here. But if you were to give us a pecking order, Have a Party, Counter Chances, Secret Recipe, I take it would be the 3.
That's it.
Thank you so much. There it is. 2, 6, and 8, as we say that, they are in that slide, and I can assure you, I hadn't seen that slide yet. 2, 6, and 8, and those 3 should see us through in that first leg of the second jackpot. Thanks very much to Darren Marie for that contribution. Okay, so as I mentioned before we preview the preceding race, or in fact, let's just remind you in case you missed it, we are looking ahead to a rearranged Wednesday program, which will feature the 3 big features from Saturday gone. That is the Drill Hall Stakes, as well as the 2 Guineas races, both grade 2s. All right, let's look ahead to racing on the Tuesday, though, and talk about 3. It is 3 races left, so that's the last chance to get involved in a pick 3 at the Vaal, and you're betting right now has the 2 as a weak favourite. That is the Putin's Promise, recently relocated to the Corpus Roost stable at 4-1. Smanga retains around 6-1. The 5 Feeling Groovy. And then you got 15-2 about the 13 written in stone. Now, last one was behind a certain Liawa Alada, that is Putin's Promise. We've seen the 2 features strongly, and I think it's only time to hand over to you, and you can actually elaborate.
I think 4-1's extremely generous from the bookmakers with regards to number 2, Putin's Promise. I've had a look at his opposition. I think this is a great race for his taking, Cecil. He's come down in the ratings. He's down to 68. I watched his latest replay and I said to myself, well, I watched the race itself and I said to myself, the next time he comes back in trip, a furlong, and cracks a draw, I'm going to be with him. And I was over the moon to see who his opposition actually is. Now, no disrespect to his opposition. Feeling Groovy, beaten a long way last time out. She does take on Open Company over here. I think she's got more to do, more of a place chance. Number 6, Gimme the Flames, gone up in the ratings. She's coming off a rest. She's probably the likely pacemaker. I expect her to come up for air in the latter stages. That's just my opinion, Cecil. And that will set up the race perfectly for Putin's Promise. I think he's got so much in his favor for him to notch up another career victory. So I'm heavily in the camp of number 2, Putin's Promise. I'm suggesting a win bet. I'm going into this race with a lot of confidence. For those who aren't willing to brain cream in the pick 6, I know this is, they're only going to see this race time on 240, but if they do catch the preview on YouTube, number 7, if you want to go wider in the pick 6, please add number 7, Woodland Glade. I think off a 66 she could be competitive, but she has been disappointing. So nailing my colours to the mast of year, a win bet on number 2, Putin's Promise.
Well, there you've heard it from the man, and you know our X handle or our alternatively our WhatsApp number. You can send in your congratulatory messages as soon as they cross the line just after 25, 3. That should be about 25 to 4. That is a Putin's Promise. Fillies Mayor 66. We drop back to 1,200 meters for our penultimate event of the afternoon on this Tuesday, where we are racing on the classic track, and we've got a couple of form updates, and one of them pertains to the favorite number 8, Empress Game. That is at 33 to 10. Number 6, Golden Aspen 9 to 2. 1, Enchanting Lady, finally out of those maidens, 5 to 1. 4, Lady Elliot, 6 to 1. And nibble at the 10, Twicel's Wild into 6 to 1 from 13 to 2, 8 to 1. About the other of the runners that has a form update outstanding, and that is Fennec Fox. So we'll start with Fennec Fox. They ran in the same race with Empress Game. Empress Game went off as a favorite. Empress Game finished second. That was the length, 0.25 lengths behind a while back Nazare. And in the same race, 3.7 lengths behind, that was the 7 Fennec Fox, who was unfancied at around 20 to 1. So they're over the 1,200 meters once again. Mr. Marie, it's a field of 12 runners. What chances Empress Game getting it right? Was a runner that was the subject to a lot of scrutiny after the race, and diminishing gap. Did the horse hang on to him? That is Nazare. It's all now history. Nothing came off it.
Were you on course that day?
I worked on that day, and
there wasn't even an objection or a race review.
No, but my colleague was already preempting, which we try not to do, rather than build up people's hopes. But he thought, he's been in the saddle many, many years, he thought it should have been something followed up.
Yeah, I mean, she certainly met interference. Nazare hung towards the inside. Yeah, I'll give her a strong winning chance. The reason why I haven't banked her is it's only 4 days later, and I'm not 100% sure she'll stand her ground, or if the run might have come too soon. But all she has to do reproduce her recent form, and she'll be very competitive. Golden Aspen. Now, this mare has been victorious over the course and distance. She cracks a beautiful draw. Marco knows her extremely well. He can sit quietly on her. If she's not too far behind, I can see her featuring, because you can see her ratings right down to 64, and she's been finishing close up. So she will be effective on Tuesday. I think she will go very close to winning. And then what's interesting over here is Enchanting Lady. I know she's got top weight to shoulder, and her form lines aren't that great, but I think Gavin's actually figured out she needs to be given a little bit of a chance and held up. And I think if he can adopt similar tactics and hold up and produce her very late, I wouldn't be surprised to see her feature. She's ultra consistent, so there's no reason why she shouldn't be thereabouts in her handicap debut. So maybe Golden Aspen, Empress Game, Enchanting Lady, the 3 to focus on over here, but it is a fillies and mares handicap. I wouldn't be surprised to see something else pop up.
But those are the principles, 1, 6, and 8. Enchanting Lady, Mr. Larina retains the right. The 6, Marker retains the right. And the 8, likewise, the Smanger retains the right for the 3 principles in that first leg of the last stop. All right, as we conclude our first official day this week of racing, looking forward to lots of racing coming through as of Wednesday. Don't forget 3 Grade 2s at Hollywood Bets at Greyville, and then we're back at the Vaal on Thursday before we start off our weekend in Quebec. And of course, this is a big weekend. It is the Eastern Cape Derby weekend, and so we're looking forward to that. But let's talk about race number 8. It is a merit rated 68 over the 1,000 meters. And here we've got the one Munchkin, who is your favorite at 17 to 10, has really been doing everything but win. Could that winning turn be on a Tuesday? 4 Live goes on 5 to 1. The 7 Samoa, ultra consistent 9-year-old. This is at 6 to 1. It's 11 to 2. About number 12, Delia's the Sword, and then it's 10 to 1 and better. Why I gave you the 6 to 1 before the 11 to 2? Because Samoa was 11 to 2, is now 6 to 1. 11 to 2 is the 12, Delia's Sword. Now, Mr. Marie Munchkin, done everything, 2/3, a 4th, and then a 2nd. All been over the 1,200, 1,450, and 1,200. Now back to 1,000.
Yes. Our viewers will recall when we were doing the Weighted to Win show, when was it? On the 20th. 20th of April, Darren Burrows gave Mr. Odilakis some advice and the connections. He's been waiting for them to drop Munchkin to 1,000 meters.
Yeah.
And Darren has had an input in today's show.
Yes.
This is his suggestion for the day. A win bet on number 1, Munchkin. You can see, Cecil, there's no doubt he's been disappointing. They've really expected much more from him, but off his current mark, he's competitive and he's finishing very close up. So maybe the trick is the drop to 1,000 meters to get his head in front once again and give him a little bit of confidence.
By the way, we haven't given a form update, Mr. Marie, for those who follow the Terry stable. Was a nibble at the 5 Ben Majel last week on Thursday at the Vaal. That was on the inside track over the 1,200. Finished 12th, and that was some 26 lengths behind Nazare. So needs to really step up that 5 Ben Majel. That's form line from last Thursday. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah. So let's touch on number 12 now, Della's Sword. Now, she actually finished alongside Munchkin behind Kashkaval. So there's not much separating the two of them. That, however, was over 1,400, and she was returning after a layoff. Look at her form over 1,000 meters. She's only got 1 career win to date. It has been over 1,000 meters. She's run twice, second over 1,000 meters. Go back a good few runs behind. Here is the Tiger over the very same course and distance. She ran close up with a higher rating. Now she's having her peak run. So I think she is a danger to Munchkin. And then Pendragon, on his best form, he could be thereabouts, certainly a trifecta and quartet inclusion.
Okay, and Delia's Sword, that form line wasn't done too much harm. I didn't see racing, but looking at the results, Simply Magic in a tougher race ran a 3rd.
Third, correct.
Okay,
yeah.
So that is the story of Munchkin to finally get us our 2nd win from 16 outings. This is a 4-year-old son of Rafif in the very last of the afternoon. A merit rated 68 handicap over the 1,000 meters. If there's anything you've missed or you've missed the YouTube feed, please do get in touch with us via our X handle or our WhatsApp number that is constantly playing out, and you will be able to get it on www.tabforracing.com. This has been a Weighted to Win for Tuesday, proudly brought to you by Betway.